The war between Russia and Ukraine is intensifying on multiple fronts. At least 5 explosions rocked Ukraine's capital city as Russia launched a missile attack with air raid sirens sounding across the city. Now, at the same time, fresh diplomatic and political developments in Washington could significantly increase pressure on Moscow. 4 people, including a brother and sister, were killed after Russia dropped 7 aerial bombs on the eastern Ukrainian city of Kramatorsk. At least 9 people were injured as residential buildings, private homes and a shop were damaged. Ukrainian officials accused Moscow of deliberately targeting civilians. Firefighters searched for a person believed trapped under rubble after a Russian airstrike on the southeastern Ukrainian city of Zaporizhzhia killed 1 person and injured 29, including 2 children. Meanwhile, Ukraine launched a massive overnight drone offensive deep inside Russia. Moscow claimed it intercepted 376 drones across 12 regions, Crimea and the Azov Sea, but several strikes hit key energy facilities, triggering fires at oil storage depots in Azov, the Elsky refinery in Krasnodar, and the port of Taganrog, where residents were evacuated and an emergency declared. Russian authorities reported no casualty, but admitted that the fires could take time to contain. On the other hand, President Volodymyr Zelensky announced the creation of a new military command dedicated to long-range strikes inside Russia, saying the goal is to further degrade Moscow's war-fighting capability. He also claimed Ukraine's attacks are worsening Russia's fuel crisis and said Kyiv has renewed proposals aimed at ending the war. The conflict's nuclear dimension also drew attention. International Atomic Energy Agency Chief Rafael Grossi met Rosatom head Alexei Likashev in Russia's Kaliningrad enclave for talks on the Russian-controlled Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. Both described the discussions as difficult but constructive, while Grossi reiterated that attacks on any nuclear facility are unacceptable. Meanwhile, in Washington, momentum is building for tougher sanctions on Russia. Republican Senator Lindsey Graham said that White House has agreed to back a revised bipartisan sanctions bill, giving President Donald Trump the authority to impose tariffs and sanctions on countries that continue to buy Russian oil and gas. Graham said the legislation could soon become law. Listen to this.
I think President Trump likes a winner, and he sees Ukraine in the camp of being a winner. But you're not going to win this war on the battlefield. But Ukraine is really putting a lot of pressure on Russia. My hope is to end this war through diplomacy. And the more leverage we have over Putin, the better. And so I think what President Trump has seen in Ukraine has impressed him. And we now have a moment in time, if we can increase the lethality of Ukraine by sharing technology with them, and also put the world on notice, help President Trump end the war, stop buying cheap Russian oil and gas, then that's a winning combination.
Meanwhile, Zelensky met Graham in Kyiv, where both discussed expanding sanctions pressure on Russia and efforts to revive negotiations to end the conflict.